You sit down to start. You know exactly what needs to be done. And yet, you don't move. Not because you can't, but because something in you quietly resists it. So you scroll. You delay. You tell yourself you'll start in a minute. But that minute keeps moving. The strange part is, this doesn't feel like laziness. It feels heavier than that. Like there's something underneath it. Something you're not seeing yet. You call it procrastination. Maybe even laziness. It doesn't behave like laziness. Because when something feels easy or safe, you can focus for hours. You're not incapable of effort. You're selective with it. And that selectivity has a pattern. There are certain tasks, sending a message, starting a project, making a decision, that create a quiet resistance in your body. Not loud, not dramatic, just enough to make you hesitate. So you open something else, something lighter, something that doesn't ask anything from you. And slowly, your day fills with avoidance. Not because you don't care, but because you care in a way that feels uncomfortable. Over time, this starts to shape your identity. I'm lazy. I lack discipline. I just can't focus. But these labels don't fully explain it. Because deep down, you know, this isn't random. It's specific. Which raises a different question. What exactly are you avoiding? You're not avoiding the task itself. You're avoiding how the task makes you feel. That distinction changes everything. Because your brain isn't designed to avoid work. It's designed to avoid discomfort. From a behavioral psychology perspective, this is called negative reinforcement. When you avoid something uncomfortable, your brain rewards you with relief. And relief is powerful, even if it costs you something later. So what looks like laziness is often an emotional protection system. A quiet attempt to keep you away from something your brain has labeled as unsafe. Not physically unsafe, emotionally unsafe. And once something is tagged that way, your brain doesn't negotiate. It redirects you. Repeatedly, automatically. What to do? Before avoiding something, pause and ask, what am I feeling about this? Not, what do I need to do, but what does this bring up? Why it works. In cognitive science, labeling emotions reduces their intensity. It shifts activity from the limbic system to the prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for control and reasoning. Example, instead of I don't want to start this project, you realize, I'm afraid it won't be good enough. Now the problem is clearer. Make the task smaller, not physically, but emotionally. Lower the stakes. Why it works. Your brain reacts less to low-threat situations. When something feels less significant, the avoidance response weakens. Example, instead of I need to finish this perfectly, shift to I'll just open the file and write one bad paragraph. You're not avoiding the task anymore. You're changing how it feels. What to do? Remind yourself, this task does not define me. Why it works. Many tasks feel heavy because they're tied to identity. If you believe your performance reflects your worth, every action becomes emotionally charged. Detaching identity reduces that pressure. Example, sending a message doesn't mean I'm confident or I'm awkward. It just means you sent a message. Nothing more. All of this comes back to one idea. You're not avoiding work. You're avoiding a feeling. Once you see that, visual, mirror reflection slightly blurred. All of this comes back to one idea. You're not avoiding work. You're avoiding a feeling. Everything becomes more precise. Instead of fighting yourself, you start understanding yourself. Think of your mind like a system with signals. Avoidance is not failure. It's information. It's your brain saying, something here feels off. And when you listen to that signal, not react to it, you gain control. Not by force, but by awareness.